Hey, today is a special day. I got my dad.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, and this is kind of fun for me. So we can get together and talk about a number of things. And you don't know, but I got this YouTube thing called Krown, where I got almost 200 videos already.
You do? That's quite a bit.
Yeah, that I produced. But I want to have 300 before the new year starts.
Okay, well, I think you will. You'll accomplish it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make it. But we can talk about like my football season again. I coach and we made it to the playoffs and we got beat by a high-powered team. And I coach basketball now.
You do? Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you gotta come up to the school.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I wanted to make the one of the football game, but it was too cold sometimes, and then it wasn't right, so I didn't make it.
Yeah, see, we live in Cleveland, everybody, and this is a cold place. And right now the snow is coming down, and we probably have about 5 more inches scheduled to come.
Yes, we're gonna get at least 5.
At least 5, right? So now the weather's getting bad. So for all you guys, again, be safe in your travels. And if you don't have to go anywhere, don't go. You can stay in if you need be. But then, okay, let's talk about for a few minutes. I like to talk about the president.
Those women accused him of that, Donald Trump.
Yeah, see? So now there's what, 15 or 20 women that
accused him of stuff that he did to him.
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke when I first seen Donald Trump running for president.
I did. I never really understood what the point is. I guess maybe they feeling like if President Obama was president, maybe they feel like the position is built for a whole bunch of tomfoolery now, I guess. But so now what about was it the Army? Somebody that was in the service that retired, that got caught for
one of those high officials. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, or was he in just like Wall Street or something somewhere?
Something like that. Yeah, there's been a few of them. There's been a couple of them.
Yeah, so I'm saying to women, you got to be safe and you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Just because somebody is in a high position, that doesn't mean they have a right to touch you or do anything like that to you. Because for those of us that do have daughters, sisters, or moms, or whatever else, wives included, girlfriends and such, we don't want anything happening to them. So I don't want to give the impression or sell the fact like anybody can do whatever they want to a woman, so they can't.
No, that's not right.
Yeah.
So something should be done about it.
Yeah. And usually the government has a way of dealing with people. In other countries, though, they do some stuff to you, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, like they say if you steal something from
someplace. Like in Russia or something like that, that dude, Vladimir Putin, whatever his name is, he probably punish you in all kind of ways.
Yeah. So there's a lot of ways, but anyway, that's one thing. So we was talking a little bit about Pittsburgh a few minutes ago, so we'll go back into that. Pittsburgh is playing against the New England Patriots this week. What do you think is going to happen?
If they win, they'll be in a good position to, take it all the way to the Super Bowl, because everything will have to come through them to beat them. If anybody beat them, they have to beat them at home, and that makes it tough.
So let me tell you guys, because I didn't say this at first to be clear, my dad is cheering for Pittsburgh. So I said New England and Tom Brady because I consider them to be the enemy. I actually like the Miami Dolphins, not just because they beat New England, but because I was born in the year 1972, which was what? The only undefeated season.
Yeah, they went 0. they never lost a game the whole season.
Miami Dolphins did that, and I was born that year, so that's personal for me.
Okay.
And to know that no other team has ever done that.
No.
Now, New England was close, and they lost in the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah.
So that was funny to me. I'm glad they lost, and I want to give a shout out to Eli Manning for being the one that's doing it. So
Eli Manning?
Yeah, that's who beat them.
Okay.
Took them apart.
Giants.
The Giants got them. So for those of you that may not be big time football fans, the New York Giants got them.
Okay.
But we usually talk quite a bit about like when the government or whatever is trying to attack perhaps the Middle East.
Okay.
Or what about, how much do we know about South Korea?
About that guy, what's his name, the young guy?
Yeah.
He's the most dangerous one, I think, that young guy.
Yeah. So America, we need to be careful and pay attention to who we're dealing with, because the South Koreans, they're not playing. They're not playing around. That's my mom came by the door, which is really cool too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're not playing. What about you think about? Let me ask you a question about money.
Money? Go ahead.
If people created money, how can there be a debt? Or how can the United States say, "Oh man, we're in trillions of dollars worth of debt"? How can that be when you create it? It's almost like me strangling myself. Why don't I just take my hand off my throat?
See, they had money at this what you call the Fort Knox, but they had so much gold that they claimed, but they overspent. You know, they went over the top of it. Just like George Bush, he asked them for $1 trillion to drop bombs and stuff, and they gave it to him. You know, stuff like that. When the president asked for something like Trump might ask for $1 trillion, they'll give it to him. When they call it this money for the backup, so they be printing money, but they print more than what they got. People do like they say when you're rich, and like a poor person, like we poor, if we figure we're gonna go bankrupt and stuff, we stop spending, right? Rich people continue to spend.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think only like 2% of people are actually wealthy.
Yeah.
So that means 98% are like fish inside of a small bowl or
That's
whatever,
right.
fighting for 2% of the money. So we got to make sure we're paying attention. And I don't know what the future holds, but
What you think they're gonna do with Trump? I mean, he gonna let him stay in there? He got, let him finish one term. Most presidents finish 4 terms. 4 years, then 4 years, the second term. I don't know.
I tell you what, if I had to say something right now, I honestly feel like whether it's okay, if we talking about the electoral votes,
Whatever. Is Trump gonna stay in, or is he gonna be run? Or is he gonna win presidency again?
I said he's going to stay in and win the presidency again.
Okay.
Yes.
Most of them do.
Yes. And the thing is, sometimes when you have a problem with something, you think the world got a problem with it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you having trouble with something or I'm having trouble, that does not mean everybody else is.
Right. That's exactly right.
So the people in California, people in Davenport, Iowa, people in New Hampshire, them little small Boston area, you might think they all like, oh man, we hate this guy. They may be in love with this.
Yeah, you never know. That you never know about human, beings.
Right. So sometimes life doesn't favor you and what you want. So you just got to pay attention to that. I was learning this thing about imperialism. Let me tell you about imperialism. The Belgians in the early 1800s, it was in 1800s when they took over Africa.
Okay.
Now what the Belgians was able to do, for anybody that's listening to the sound of my voice, they was able to have automatic weapons. They had guns. Now the reason why they took over Africa is a large place. And what they started doing, the Belgians and different other European countries, they actually went in these tribes with these automatic weapons and they took over, right?
Right.
Somebody throwing a spear versus a gun, we know that don't stand up.
Can't win.
But do you want me to tell you why the biggest reason why they were successful in what they did? Well,
they brought in the cross Christ, right?
Yeah, well, let me tell you something else they did.
What?
They knew that the tribes were separate. So, say for instance, that's my truck and this is yours. You watch me get jacked.
Okay.
And you watch somebody roll up on me and take my truck. Now, 9 times out of 10, you probably just praying and hoping that they don't take yours.
Right.
But what happens is if we was all able to jump out and fight together, we could stop them.
Right.
There was not that many Belgians and not that many Europeans compared to the whole continent of Africa.
That's why they took over?
So they took over. And they brought in the Christianity concept. And so now you give somebody a reason, you feel like, oh, you guys should feel good about what we're doing. You ever heard of the statement called white man's burden?
White man's burden, no.
Let me tell you, white man's burden is a letter that a guy wrote that said non-whites, non-Caucasian people should join in to help so that white man never suffers and doesn't have to go through any pain and agony. So slavery is a way to say, hey, why don't you guys help us be great? Why don't you guys help us build our kingdoms and use your backs and your strength and everything like that to help us have our situation. And besides that, we will civilize you in this process.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like the training of a dog, right? You take newspaper, you wrap it up, and some people spank the dog if he pees.
Yeah, so yeah, no, right.
So you training them, right?
That's exactly what.
So what is a whip?
Like a piece of roll up newspaper, right?
Like a piece of roll up newspaper, right? So now you're trying to condition this dog, which you feel is uncivilized. So the white man's burden is almost like a dog owner's burden. I need this dog to quit using the bathroom on my carpet, my good carpet.
They got some guys that can train a dog real good, you know that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that's one thing. But all right, let me tell y'all another thing about my dad, which is phenomenal. He is excellent at understanding the concept of handicapping, and we have gone to countless amounts of at the racetrack, and I love it. His genius is off the charts. He's capable of predicting from studying though. So all you kids that are in school, he studies a lot, does a whole lot of reading. He has tons and tons and tons of books about horses and horse breeding and different type of things, geldings and all of this stuff I learned from him. But it's the concept of being able to figure out and being more intelligent and smarter than everybody else that's perhaps placing the bet, which is really neat. Because if we all pick the same horse, then nobody gets paid.
Right, so yeah, I put a lot into it, and I've learned a few things over the years that help sometimes.
Yeah, which is pretty sweet. So for anybody that got any kind of passion or anything that you enjoy doing, put all your heart into it and work as hard as you can to get that goal accomplished. Let's see. All right, now what about the now let me say this, you don't have to put yourself on the spot, but you used to make a statement, and you say one that I really love a whole lot when it comes to the relationship world, that variety is the spice of life, right?
Yes.
And what that really means is that we're not trying to say anybody needs to be a player or a pimp and out here trying to mislead somebody. But if you don't rush into stuff, but you're able to enjoy the finer things in life without being stressed out about it, kind of.
Yes, I think everybody should be able to enjoy, you know what life offers, and that's how you find out, right?
That's right. Get a chance to figure out some stuff that you want to do.
Yeah.
And feel in a certain comfort zone. Now, let me ask you this about like the police officers. What do you think about what's happening from a law standpoint with perhaps whether it's just the youth or if it's a certain gender? Because I haven't noticed, and this is just me, a whole lot of females, period, being killed by cops.
Well, they just they've been doing is just coming out now, you know what I'm saying? They've been doing it for a long time. But I guess people got more, they got cameras and all kind of stuff we can get, so, more of it is coming out. Just cops are some bad thing. Just try to stay away from them if you can. Don't have nothing to deal with them.
Yeah.
I call them devil dogs because that's what they are. They work for Satan as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. So we got to be careful. You got to be careful out here. And this actually applies to, a lot of people. So don't just think that you're exempt from being into a situation where the law couldn't get after you, because they can. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of anybody being shot by the police and not killed?
Shot and not killed? I haven't, no.
If y'all think about that for a couple seconds, I doubt if it ever happened. I mean,
no. Let's see what they taught Maurice. See, an average person might take a gun and fire one time, right?
Right.
They double fire. They might shoot 3 bullets at you instead of one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know how to, from practicing at the range, they know how to pull the trigger where it boom, 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 boom. Instead of, I might go boom, 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 but they boom, 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 they double fire at you every time.
Right.
So they gonna hit you.
And I heard that they learn to shoot, I don't know if it's the sternum. I heard that when they shoot, I think they hit the sternum and then go up.
Right.
So if you can hit a man in his chest and go up, then you rip all of that open. and his chance of survival was slim and none.
Whatever I'm telling you, that's why that's how come they kill you. They shoot 2 or 3 times at you, with one shot.
Or they could do like what they did, remember up at Kirk, the middle school?
Mm-hmm.
How they, like 96 shots.
Right, that one man, that's worse than Bunny and Clyde. You remember when they got those guys open up on them? That was terrible. All them cops, they got to shoot, how many, 96?
96 shots.
That's a lot of, bullets.
For anybody that don't know, this was a few years ago in East Cleveland up at the middle school. They said that this car was driving down by City Hall, and they said they thought that it was some gunshot fire.
Backfired. The car backfired.
The car backfired though, right?
And they started chasing.
And the chase began, and they ran all the way up to the middle school. They calling all these other districts of police, and they all coming from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to shout on no district because I don't know specifically, but they came in like some SWAT team and pinned them in. They went into the middle school. I don't know if these people knew that or not, but it's a dead end up through there. They went up into the middle school and they looped around and tried to come back out, and they got met with heavy fire.
Yeah.
That guy, Brelo, I think
one of them got up on the hood of the car, like he stood up on the hood of the car shooting down in there.
The guy got
up here.
The guy stood up on the hood of the car. Now, for any of us that work at a job, how many jobs can you go to and stand on top of the tables or on the roof of some place and still be able to get off scot-free? Not many places.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only saying what I'm saying, and we sharing what we sharing because you gotta be careful. There's no favor for you, so don't look for it.
Yeah, this is a terrible world, but you gotta try to make the best of it. Do the best you can, and I guess things will work out.
Yeah. So you have to try to figure out a way to take care of you and yours.
Yes.
And by doing such a thing, you want to make sure you show everybody love as much as you can, because you never know when the last time you can see them.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
You never know.
So for any of us that have, me and some of my students was talking today, and this one girl said, this one guy told her, he said, you're dying right now. She said, what? I'm dying?
Yeah.
She said, yeah, when you was born, the clock started.
Yeah.
For you heading towards death.
Mm-hmm.
So you live, and this is what me and my dad are saying.
Each day you're alive, the closer you are to death.
So you living, and you better enjoy it because you never know when the death day could come. So you always want to be respectful to other people and not being rude or any of that, because you never know when it could be their last time. So, Dad, I'm not gonna hold you. This has been a great.
Okay, I enjoyed it too, Maurice. I enjoyed talking to you. I had a good time. I'm trying to get in this Christmas spirit. I hope I do make it before it's over with.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and you keep hanging in there.
Yeah, I will. Mocha thinks she's better paper, and I do too.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all how powerful my dad is real quick before we get off. He went through some physical ailments and things like that, and he has a high-powered wife who has said, you know what, we're not taking no for an answer. And him and I used to travel quite a bit to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to go to the cancer center, and and he's pulling through, and that's a great thing to me. Now, on a daily basis, he goes through pain, discomfort, and different things.
Tell him they gave me 3 months to live.
Gave him 3 months to live. And
it's been about 5 years.
It's been about 5 years. So for anybody that don't believe in God, I'm saying thank God for that, and that's something to pray for, and for me to salute and be thankful for. So now that I know that my dad is capable of pushing through something, then do I have any reason to ever give up? And the answer is no. So I don't teach that to my kids as well. We must keep pushing no matter what, because you don't know what God has planned for you,
right?
And how you get through whatever you're doing. So I want to say to any human that's incarcerated, whether you did something or not, you have to keep a positive attitude and try to keep pushing through. My thoughts and prayers is always going to be for you. For anybody that's sick right now that may not see Christmas, that could be me, it could be any one of us.
Yes.
Christmas is not guaranteed at this stage. So for the people that are going to be feeling sorrow because of lost ones, for some people this is going to be their first year, having Christmas without loved ones. And this is the way my mind works. I have compassion for these people and I feel sorrow for all of us to have to go through anything. But if I could ever say we all need to stick together and be a team, just like I was talking about how the Belgians destroyed Africa by them being in tribes, it was already separated. But when you look at these houses, people don't know neighbors anymore. How many people know the guy or the woman living next door?
People be living next door and killing people and doing all kind of stuff. You don't.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody want to just, stay apart. And back in the past, olden days, people used to speak to you, hello, neighbors and stuff. They'll watch out for the kids too. You put your hands on somebody's kid, now they want to kill you, you know what I'm saying? And you're only trying to help them raise the little brat, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's true. So,
go ahead, it's true to take a village to raise a kid.
I was just about to add that.
You were going to add it? Okay.
So if it takes a village, then what is one single parent going to be able to do? It's going to be difficult. But for everybody, we got to stick together though. To make a long story short, we got to stick together. We always been a close family. I respect everybody in our family, and I respect everybody else's family. So for those of us that get a chance to celebrate this Christmas holiday, God bless y'all, and I pray the best for y'all. And y'all need to subscribe and hit the like button and comment. In this segment, I'm definitely calling, me and my dad. So this is an exclusive, and I'm high powered. I'm very blessed. So I appreciate you, Dad.
Okay, I appreciate you too.
All right, and I love you.
I love you, and happy holidays to everybody.
Yes, for sure. Peace.